I'm the guy behind the camera. I can't do that. I can't be that. Oh, what about to be able to no. It's okay, take your time. I skate. No. Dude, forget all of that, honestly. F it. Wow, am I about to This is my first video. All right. So, I was going to do a video in Ableton where I make a beat and I'm trying to get OBS set up and it is just giving me a hard time. It's currently 11:25 p.m. and I'm getting tired, man. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my first video today and this kind of thing is probably something I should do when I actually have more mental energy. But as far as just making my first video, F it. Why not today, right? So this, wow, am I about to? This is my first video. Uh, Not really too sure what to talk about, but I will say I've been orbiting, should I say, YouTube for about 13 years. I checked my phone. It's been about 13 years, and I started out in skateboarding. Um, I even got into video from skateboarding. So I would just like follow my friends around with a skateboard and my phone, just holding the phone, cruising around with them. And yeah, that's how I got into it. I just wanted to capture things. And, as I got older, I wanted to capture more things outside of just skateboarding. So started experimenting with music videos and commercials and marketing videos and docs and mini docs, and I had a realization. I realized that majority of the work that I have done recently or over the past couple years has been prompted by other people who just so happen to know about my skills and ask me to do it. But in between people asking me to do it, I would just not really be even touching my camera, not working on it. Like I do music as well, I skate and things like that, but as far as my camera, I just wouldn't touch it because I was like, I don't know, just the thought of trying to get all the resources and things together to be able to make a video. Let's say I have an idea like, oh, I'm gonna shoot this commercial, but of course I need this actor, I need this actor for this, I need this location, I need to gather everybody all in the same place at the same time, I gotta pay for people's time, things like that. And of course those are all things that I want to do, but if I'm waiting for that to be the thing that allows me to create and use my skills, then probably gonna be waiting a long time. Even like with my reel, there's like certain things in my reel that are dope and stuff, but I'm like, man, there's certain things that I know I'm capable of creating, but I haven't allowed myself to actually go and pursue those because I've just been in this. Essentially, I just realized that a lot of the stuff that I was working on was when other people prompted me, and I wanted to take a more proactive approach to actually making content. And so, yeah, like I got to a point where, the original idea of my first video, which is probably something I'm going to work on tomorrow, most definitely something I'm going to work on tomorrow because I am a YouTuber now. But first thing I was like, okay, I need to work on updating my portfolio. So I have photography and film, and I have clips and photos and projects up on my website, but it's time to change it up, time to add new clips from the year or the past year that I haven't added to the new one, stuff I'm more proud of. And I'm applying to places and they're like, demo reel, demo reel, demo reel. And I'm like, okay, I have one, but like, I want to put my best foot forward. I don't want to just send them the oldest or the older version of my reel. So I was like, you know what? I mean, I make music. I'm an artist, music producer, audio engineer, but I also am a photographer, a filmmaker, video editor. And so I was like, how cool would it be to make my own soundtrack for my demo reel? And like, that's honestly half the reason I got into music in the first place. Obviously, I've liked music my whole life. You know, I played drums as a kid and everything, and I played in bands and things like that. But, you know, I was making these skate edits, and obviously I needed music, and so any music I was inspired by at the time, I would use in the edits, and that's how I would do that. And got to a point where, you know, there's the different permissions and the copyright and things like that. And I was like, man, it'd be cool if I could just, I've always wanted to make my own music, you know, heavily inspired by people like Tyler and Russ and people who are DIY and do it yourself. And I was like, you know what, like, let me try and learn this. And, you know, fast forward, it's hard to think about, but it's been about 8 years, give or take. And, you know, I've come a long way. And, you know, I've been steadily in that meantime trying to get, you know, my film career going and things like that. But I'm just at a point right now where I'm just like, F it, you know? Like, for the longest time I wanted to make a YouTube channel, but at the same time I wanted to pursue music, and I also wanted to pursue skating. And there's like this kind of stigma in like the skate community about like not really taking people serious who are YouTubers, or having some weird stigma towards that. I don't know. I think everybody's dope. And then on the music side, it's like, oh, if you're doing YouTube but also music, there's like the stigma of like, they're a YouTuber who does music versus a musician who makes videos on YouTube. And so for the longest time, that was something that got in the way. I was like, oh, I want to be a serious artist. I want to be taken serious. Or, oh, what if I want to be the mysterious route and I don't want to, you know, expose too much of myself? And it's like, dude, forget all of that, honestly. At this point, I have so much that I want to express, so much creativity that I'm just, and skills that I'm just sitting on and not using, because I'm not being proactive and going out and actually exploring ideas and making content, and not just sitting waiting for somebody to come and ask me to do something. And so this is the first day of that. So yeah, this channel's name is Articulate the Vision, and it's all things creativity. You know, I consider myself a very creative person. Like I said, do film, photography, skateboarding, music, production, engineering, all that stuff, and tons of DIY projects, just of things that I think are cool. And why not? Just, these are things I want to do anyway. I might as well document them. I might as well put it out. I'm sure people find some of it useful, or hopefully find it useful. And yeah, so there's a quote that I always hear from people who, they're talking about people who always say, oh, when this happens, I'm gonna do this. When this happens, I'm gonna do this. When this happens, I'm gonna do this. When I get to this point, then I can finally. And there's a saying that I always hear, and I always tell myself in my head, it's day one, not one day. So that just means today is day one. I'm not putting this off for another day. I'm gonna do it now. This is day one of doing it. And so this is day one for me. And you know, I hope to continue to enjoy the process. So far it's been interesting. I've been dabbling around with talking to the camera for the past couple days, and it's not bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. You know, I thought, oh man, I'm the guy behind the camera. I can't do that. I can't be that. Oh, what about whatever? But I'm here. I'm doing it. It doesn't seem too bad. I'm really inspired by a lot of other people and creators on YouTube. I've been hearing all this talk about YouTube's on easy mode, YouTube's on easy mode, and everybody's talking about it. And then there's people from YouTube are coming out and being like, yes, we are pushing smaller channels. And it's like, it's the top of the year, it's 2025. What better time to start than now? You know? So Hope you guys will be here for the journey, for the ride, and yeah, it should be a fun time. So appreciate you guys if you watched this far. If you found this useful or helpful or, I don't know, entertaining for whatever reason, then leave a like and a comment. I know they say not to do that at the end of the video, and to try to like, oh, if you liked this, then you'll like this video, but obviously it's my first video. I'm not there yet. So I just want to do it and just get it out. So this is it. Day 1, not 1 day. All right. Peace. See you guys next one.